Good evening, and welcome to Tell a Tale, where bedtime stories come to life. I'm your host, James Burton, and I'm so glad you're here. Get comfortable and ready to relax. Tonight's story is Jack and the Beanstalk, a timeless tale filled with adventure, magic, and unexpected twists. Join us as we journey with young Jack, a curious and brave boy who lives with his mother in a modest cottage on the edge of a small village. Before we begin, let's take a moment to guide you through a relaxing sleep hypnosis, ensuring you're fully at ease and ready for a restful night. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a moment, and then slowly exhale through your mouth. As you breathe out, feel your body beginning to relax. Feel the tension leaving your body with each breath. Breathe in relaxation. Breathe out tension. Imagine a warm, soothing light above your head. This light is the color of relaxation and peace. As you focus on this light, feel it beginning to flow into your body, starting at the top of your head. This light is filled with calm, soothing energy. Allow this warm, soothing light to flow down into your neck and shoulders. Feel the tension in your neck and shoulders melting away as the light passes through. Imagine it as a gentle, warm massage, releasing all the stress and tightness. Let your shoulders drop and become heavy. Feel the light spreading further down your body, reaching your arms. Your arms are now loose and relaxed, like soft, heavy weights. Close your eyes gently and let your eyelids feel heavy. With each exhale, let go of any remaining stress or worry. Picture a calm, peaceful place in your mind. This place could be a beach, a forest, or a meadow, wherever you feel most at peace. As you imagine this peaceful place, allow the warm light to continue flowing down your body, reaching your chest and upper back. Feel your chest and back relaxing, releasing any remaining tension. Feel the relaxation flowing down your arms and into your hands. Let your arms become limp and loose, like soft, heavy weights. You're sinking deeper into tranquility. Imagine the warm, soothing light now spreading through your abdomen and lower back. Feel your stomach and lower back relaxing, becoming warm and comfortable. All tension and stress are melting away, replaced by a deep sense of calm and serenity. Notice your heartbeat slowing down, becoming steady and calm. With each beat, you feel more at peace, more at ease. Your breathing is slow and regular, and with each breath, you feel more relaxed. Allow the warm light to flow down into your hips and thighs. Feel your hips and thighs becoming warm, loose, and relaxed. Any remaining tension is being washed away by the soothing light. Feel a wave of comfort and relaxation washing over your body, from your head to your toes. Each wave takes you deeper into a state of calm and peace. As the light reaches your knees, feel them becoming warm and relaxed. The light continues down into your calves and shins, soothing and relaxing every muscle. Feel yourself in a safe and secure place, surrounded by a sense of well-being. Imagine being wrapped in a warm, cozy blanket, shielding you from any worries or concerns. You are completely safe, completely secure. Let the warm light flow into your ankles and feet. Feel your feet becoming warm, loose, and relaxed. The light has now filled your entire body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, bringing complete relaxation and peace. Let your thoughts slow down, becoming soft and gentle, like clouds drifting across a clear blue sky. Your mind is at ease, free from any distractions. Imagine the clouds drifting further and further away, leaving your mind clear and calm. Feel the warm light in your body pulsing gently, in rhythm with your breathing. Each pulse brings deeper relaxation, deeper calm. You are floating in a sea of tranquility, safe and secure. Feel yourself sinking deeper into relaxation, as if you're floating on a gentle, peaceful sea. Every part of your body is heavy and relaxed, and you're completely at peace. Imagine yourself on a soft, comfortable bed, floating on calm, gentle waves. The waves are rocking you gently, soothing you, taking you deeper and deeper into relaxation. You are now at the edge of a deep, restful sleep. Let go completely and allow yourself to drift into a state of perfect, restful slumber. You are surrounded by a bubble of calm and tranquility. Nothing can disturb you here. You are safe, you are relaxed, you are at peace. Let go and allow yourself to drift into a deep, peaceful sleep. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled at the edge of a vast and mysterious forest, lived a poor widow and her only son, Jack. Their home was a humble cottage made of wood and thatch, surrounded by a small plot of land where they grew vegetables and kept a few animals. Life was hard for Jack and his mother, for they had very little to their name. The widow worked tirelessly, but the meager income she earned was barely enough to keep them fed and clothed. Their most prized possession was a cow named Milky White. She was a gentle creature with big, soulful eyes and a coat as white as snow. Every morning, Milky White provided them with fresh, creamy milk, which Jack and his mother would sell at the village market. The money they made from the milk helped them buy what little food and supplies they needed to survive. Despite their hardships, Jack and his mother were content, finding joy in the simple pleasures of life and the love they shared for each other. One year, however, misfortune struck. The land around the village was hit by a severe drought. The crops withered in the fields, and the once plentiful streams dried up. The drought lasted for months, and soon there was no water for Milky White to drink. Without water, the cow could no longer produce milk. Jack and his mother watched helplessly as their primary source of income vanished. Days turned into weeks, and their situation grew increasingly dire. Jack's mother, her face lined with worry and fatigue, sat Jack down one morning and said, "Jack, we have no choice. We must sell Milky White. Take her to the market and see if you can get a good price for her. Use the money to buy some food and seeds for planting. It's our only hope. Jack, though saddened by the thought of parting with their beloved cow, understood the gravity of their situation. With a heavy heart, he set off toward the market, leading Milky White along the winding path that cut through the forest. As he walked, Jack felt a mix of sadness and apprehension. The forest seemed unusually quiet, as if it were holding its breath in anticipation of what was to come. As Jack and Milky White made their way through the forest, they encountered a strange old man. He had twinkling eyes, a long white beard, and wore a cloak that seemed to shimmer in the dappled sunlight filtering through the trees. The old man stood in Jack's path, smiling kindly. "Good day, young man," the old man greeted Jack, his voice warm and friendly. "I see you're taking your cow to market. How much are you asking for her?" Jack hesitated, unsure how to respond. "I'm hoping to get enough money to buy some food and seeds for planting," he replied honestly. The old man's eyes sparkled with interest. "Ah, but I have something far more valuable than money," he said, reaching into his pocket and pulling out a small cloth bag. He carefully untied the string and revealed 5 beans, each one glistening with an otherworldly glow. "These are magic beans," the old man explained. "Plant them, and you'll see wonders beyond your wildest dreams." Jack was skeptical. Magic beans sounded like a fairy tale, something from the stories his mother used to tell him when he was a child. But the old man's confidence was persuasive. Besides, they were desperate, and something inside Jack urged him to take a chance. He handed Milky White's rope to the old man and received the beans in exchange. "Remember, plant them tonight, and by morning you'll be amazed," the old man said, his voice echoing in the forest as he disappeared as mysteriously as he had appeared. Jack continued home, clutching the beans tightly. His mother was waiting for him at the door, her face lined with worry. "Did you sell Milky White?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Yes, mother," Jack replied, showing her the beans. "I traded her for these magic beans. The old man said they would bring us wonders." Jack's mother was furious. "Magic beans? How could you be so foolish, Jack? We needed money, not fairy tales." In her anger and frustration, she snatched the beans from Jack's hand and threw them out of the window. She sent Jack to bed without supper, and he lay there feeling miserable and ashamed. As Jack tossed and turned in his sleep, the beans outside began to take root. By dawn, an enormous beanstalk had sprung up, reaching high into the sky, disappearing into the clouds. The stalk was thick and sturdy, its leaves shimmering with a magical glow. When Jack woke up and saw the beanstalk, his heart raced with excitement. He rushed outside and stared up at the towering plant. "Mother, come look!" he called, but his mother, still weary and disheartened, could not bring herself to believe in miracles. Determined to see where the beanstalk led, Jack began to climb. Higher and higher he went, his hands and feet finding purchase on the sturdy vine. The climb seemed endless, but Jack's curiosity and hope propelled him onward. Finally, he emerged above the clouds and found himself in a strange and wondrous land. Before him stretched a vast landscape of rolling hills and sparkling rivers. In the distance, he saw a magnificent castle, its turrets gleaming in the sunlight. Jack's heart pounded with excitement and trepidation as he made his way toward the castle. The castle was surrounded by a high wall, but Jack found a small gate that was slightly ajar. He slipped through and crept toward the enormous front doors. Just as he reached them, they swung open, revealing a giantess with a kindly face. "Who are you, little one?" she asked, her voice gentle but booming. "I'm Jack," he replied, his voice barely audible in the vastness of the castle. "I climbed the beanstalk and found this place." The giantess smiled. "Ah, the beanstalk. My husband, the giant, is not as friendly as I am. You must hide before he finds you, for he does not take kindly to visitors." She led Jack into the kitchen and hid him in a large cupboard. "Stay quiet," she warned. I will give you something to eat, but you must leave before my husband returns. Jack waited in the cupboard, his heart pounding with anticipation. The giantess brought him bread, cheese, and milk, which he devoured gratefully. As he ate, he heard the distant rumble of heavy footsteps approaching. Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. The giant's voice echoed through the castle. The giantess hurried to the door, trying to divert her husband's attention. It's just the smell of the countryside, she said soothingly. You must be hungry. Sit down and I'll prepare your meal. Jack peeked through a crack in the cupboard door and watched as the giant sat at the enormous table. The giantess served him a meal fit for a king, and as the giant ate, Jack noticed a golden harp and a hen that laid golden eggs on a nearby shelf. As the giant finished his meal, he grew drowsy and soon fell asleep, his snores reverberating through the castle. Seizing the opportunity, Jack crept out of the cupboard and tiptoed to the shelf. He grabbed the golden harp and the hen, his heart pounding with fear and excitement. Just as he was about to leave, the harp let out a loud musical cry. Master! Master! Someone is stealing me! The giant stirred, his eyes snapping open. Thief! He roared, leaping to his feet. Jack dashed toward the door, the hen clutched under one arm and the harp under the other. He ran as fast as he could, the giant's thunderous footsteps shaking the ground behind him. Jack reached the beanstalk and began to climb down, the giant hot on his heels. I'll catch you, thief! The giant bellowed, his massive hand reaching for Jack. But Jack was nimble and quick, and he descended the beanstalk with remarkable speed. As he neared the bottom, Jack shouted, Mother, bring me an axe! His mother, hearing the urgency in his voice, rushed to fetch the axe. Jack reached the ground and took the axe from his mother, his hands trembling with effort and fear. He swung the axe with all his might, chopping at the base of the beanstalk. The giant, still climbing down, felt the beanstalk shudder and sway. With one final powerful swing, Jack severed the beanstalk and it began to topple. The giant, with a look of surprise and terror, plummeted to the ground and disappeared into a cloud of dust. The beanstalk fell with a tremendous crash, leaving nothing but a large, empty space where it had stood. Jack's mother rushed to his side, hugging him tightly. Oh, Jack, I was so worried. What have you brought with you? Jack showed her the golden harp and the hen that laid golden eggs. Look, Mother, these will bring us more wealth than we could ever imagine. We will never have to worry about food or money again. And so it was. With the magical hen and the golden harp, Jack and his mother lived comfortably for the rest of their days. They used their newfound wealth to help their neighbors and improve their village, becoming beloved members of their community. The story of Jack and the Beanstalk spread far and wide, becoming a legend that inspired many. It taught the villagers the value of bravery, the rewards of kindness, and the importance of taking chances, even when the odds seemed insurmountable. Jack and his mother were now living a life of comfort and plenty. The golden eggs provided them with all the wealth they needed, while the golden harp filled their days with beautiful music. But Jack, having tasted the thrill of adventure, often found himself daydreaming about the magical land above the clouds. He couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to explore, more to discover. One sunny morning, Jack decided to climb the beanstalk once more. His mother, though concerned, understood his desire for adventure. She kissed him on the forehead and wished him luck. Be careful, my dear Jack, and remember, sometimes the greatest treasures are not made of gold. Jack nodded, her words echoing in his mind as he began his ascent. The climb was just as arduous as before, but Jack was determined. He reached the top and found himself in the same magical land. The castle stood tall and imposing in the distance, but Jack was drawn to a new path, one that led deeper into the enchanted landscape. As he walked, Jack marveled at the wonders around him. Trees with leaves of silver and gold, streams that sparkled like diamonds, and flowers that sang in melodious harmony. The air was filled with a sense of magic and possibility. Jack felt a deep sense of joy and curiosity, eager to see what lay ahead. After a while, Jack came upon a small cottage nestled in a grove of ancient trees. Smoke curled from the chimney, and the scent of freshly baked bread filled the air. Jack approached the cottage and knocked on the door. It creaked open, revealing a kind-looking old woman with twinkling eyes and a warm smile. "Hello, young man. What brings you to my humble home?" she asked. "I am Jack," he replied. "I climbed the beanstalk and found this magical land. I am seeking adventure and knowledge." The old woman nodded knowingly. "Ah, Jack, I have heard of you and your bravery. You have already achieved great things, but there is more to this world than you know. Come in, and I will tell you a story." Jack entered the cozy cottage and sat by the fire. The old woman handed him a steaming cup of tea and began her tale. Long ago, this land was ruled by a wise and just king and queen. They had a beautiful daughter, Princess Elara, who was kind and gentle. The kingdom prospered under their rule, and the people were happy. But one day, a dark sorcerer named Malakar coveted the kingdom's riches and power. He cast a terrible spell that plunged the land into darkness and imprisoned the king and queen in a hidden cave. Princess Elara managed to escape, but she was lost and alone. She wandered the land, seeking a way to break the spell and save her parents. The only way to defeat Malakar and restore the kingdom is to find the 3 magical artifacts that hold the power of light: the Crystal of Truth, the Staff of Wisdom, and the Amulet of Courage. These artifacts are hidden in different parts of the land, guarded by powerful creatures and treacherous traps. Many have tried to find them, but none have succeeded. But you, Jack, have a brave heart and a pure spirit. Perhaps you are the one who can save this land." Jack listened intently, his heart filled with determination. "I will find the artifacts and save the kingdom," he declared. The old woman smiled. "I believe in you, Jack. Take this map. It will guide you to the first artifact, the Crystal of Truth. But be warned, the journey will be perilous, and you will need all your courage and wits to succeed." Jack thanked the old woman and set off on his quest. The map led him through dense forests, over towering mountains, and across raging rivers. Along the way, he encountered many challenges and dangers, but he faced them all with bravery and resourcefulness. At last, Jack reached the Cave of Shadows, where the Crystal of Truth was said to be hidden. The entrance was guarded by a fearsome dragon with scales as black as night and eyes that glowed with an eerie light. Jack approached cautiously, his heart pounding in his chest. The dragon roared, its breath scorching the air. "Who dares to enter my domain?" it demanded. "I am Jack, and I seek the Crystal of Truth," he replied, trying to keep his voice steady. The dragon's eyes narrowed. "Many have tried and failed. What makes you think you are worthy?" Jack took a deep breath. "I am on a quest to save this land and restore its rightful rulers. I seek the crystal not for myself, but for the good of all." The dragon considered Jack's words for a moment, then nodded. "Very well, Jack. You have shown courage and selflessness. You may enter, but be warned, the crystal is protected by powerful magic. Only those with a pure heart can claim it." Jack thanked the dragon and entered the cave. It was dark and filled with twisting tunnels and hidden traps. Jack navigated the labyrinth with caution, guided by a faint, glowing light that seemed to beckon him forward. At last, he reached the heart of the cave, where the Crystal of Truth lay on a pedestal, bathed in a radiant light. Jack approached the crystal, feeling a sense of awe and reverence. As he reached out to touch it, a voice echoed through the chamber. "Only one with a pure heart and noble intentions can claim the Crystal of Truth. Are you worthy, Jack?" Jack took a deep breath and answered, "I am. I seek the crystal to save this land and restore its rightful rulers. I promise to use its power for good." The light around the crystal grew brighter, enveloping Jack in its warmth. He felt a surge of energy and knew that he had been deemed worthy. He carefully picked up the crystal, its surface cool and smooth in his hand. As he did, the cave filled with a blinding light, and Jack felt himself being transported back to the old woman's cottage. The old woman smiled warmly as Jack appeared before her, holding the crystal of truth. "You have done well, Jack. The first artifact is yours. Now you must seek the Staff of Wisdom, which lies in the enchanted forest." Jack nodded, determined to continue his quest. He thanked the old woman and set off once more, the crystal of truth safely tucked in his bag. The map guided him to the enchanted forest, a place of ethereal beauty and hidden dangers. The forest was alive with magic, its trees whispering secrets and its flowers glowing with an otherworldly light. Jack followed the path, keeping his senses alert for any signs of danger. As he ventured deeper into the forest, he encountered a group of mischievous fairies. The fairies danced around him, their laughter tinkling like bells. "What brings you to our forest, human?" they asked in unison. "I seek the Staff of Wisdom," Jack replied. "I am on a quest to save this land and restore its rightful rulers." The fairies giggled. "The Staff of Wisdom is guarded by the ancient tree spirit Eldara. She is wise and powerful, and only those who prove their worth can gain her trust." Jack nodded, undeterred. "Where can I find Eldara?" The fairies pointed to a towering tree in the heart of the forest. "She resides within that tree, but be careful, human. Eldara is not easily impressed." Jack thanked the fairies and approached the ancient tree. It was massive, its trunk wide and gnarled, its branches reaching high into the sky. Jack placed his hand on the bark and called out, "Eldara, I seek the Staff of Wisdom. Will you grant me an audience?" The tree shuddered, and a soft melodic voice echoed in response. "Enter, Jack, and prove your worth." A door appeared in the trunk of the tree, and Jack stepped inside. The interior was a vast, shimmering chamber filled with glowing orbs and ancient runes. In the center of the chamber stood Eldara, a graceful spirit with flowing green hair and eyes that sparkled with wisdom. "Welcome, Jack," she said, her voice like the rustling of leaves. "You seek the Staff of Wisdom, but to claim it, you must pass a test of intellect and integrity. Are you ready?" Jack nodded. "I am ready, Eldara. I will do whatever it takes to prove my worth." Eldara smiled and waved her hand. 3 challenges appeared before Jack: a riddle, a puzzle, and a moral dilemma. "First, you must solve this riddle," Eldara began. "I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind. What am I?" Jack thought for a moment and then answered, "An echo." Eldara nodded approvingly. "You are correct. Now for the puzzle. You must arrange these stones to form a perfect circle, each stone touching the next with no gaps or overlaps." Jack studied the stones and carefully placed them one by one. He took his time, ensuring that each stone fit perfectly with the others. When he was finished, the stones formed a flawless circle. "Well done," Eldara said. "Now, for the final challenge. You must choose between 2 paths. One leads to the Staff of Wisdom, but it is fraught with danger and uncertainty. The other leads to a place of comfort and safety, but you will never find the staff. Which path will you take?" Jack didn't hesitate. "I will take the path of danger and uncertainty. My quest is too important to abandon for the sake of comfort." Eldara's eyes shone with approval. "You have chosen wisely, Jack. The Staff of Wisdom is yours." A brilliant light enveloped Jack, and when it faded, he found himself holding the Staff of Wisdom. Eldara smiled and said, "You have proven your intellect and integrity. Use the staff wisely, and may it guide you on your journey." Jack thanked Eldara and left the enchanted forest, the Staff of Wisdom in hand. He returned to the old woman's cottage, where she greeted him with a proud smile. "You have done well, Jack. The second artifact is yours. Now you must seek the Amulet of Courage, which lies in the Caves of Despair." Jack nodded, ready to face his next challenge. He thanked the old woman and set off once more, the staff of wisdom and the crystal of truth safely tucked in his bag. The map guided him to the caves of despair, a place of darkness and treacherous terrain. The caves were cold and foreboding, their walls slick with moisture and their passages filled with shadows. Jack ventured into the depths, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination. He knew that this final challenge would test his courage like never before. As he navigated the labyrinthine tunnels, Jack encountered all manner of creatures. Bats that screeched in the darkness, giant spiders that spun webs across his path, and eerie, ghostly figures that whispered threats and taunts. But Jack pressed on, his resolve unwavering. At last he reached a vast chamber, its walls lined with shimmering crystals that cast an eerie light. In the center of the chamber stood a pedestal, upon which lay the Amulet of Courage. But guarding the amulet was a fearsome beast, a chimera with the body of a lion, the head of a goat, and the tail of a serpent. The chimera roared, its eyes blazing with fury. "Who dares to enter my domain and seek the Amulet of Courage?" "I am Jack," he replied, his voice steady despite the fear that gripped his heart. "I seek the amulet to save this land and restore its rightful rulers," the chimera snarled. "Many have tried and failed. What makes you think you are worthy?" Jack took a deep breath. "I have faced many challenges and proven my courage and determination. I seek the amulet not for myself, but for the good of all." The chimera's eyes narrowed. "Very well, Jack. To claim the Amulet of Courage, you must face your greatest fear." Jack felt a chill run down his spine. "What is my greatest fear?" The chimera's form shifted and changed, becoming a mirror image of Jack himself. The beast's eyes gleamed with malice as it spoke. "You must face yourself, Jack. Your doubts, your insecurities, your darkest thoughts. Only then will you prove your true courage." Jack stared at his doppelganger, his heart pounding. He had faced many dangers, but nothing compared to the fear of confronting his own inner demons. He took a deep breath and stepped forward, determined to face the challenge head on. The doppelganger sneered. "You're weak, Jack. You are afraid of failure, afraid of losing those you love. You are nothing but a frightened child." Jack felt a surge of anger and defiance. "I am more than my fears. I have faced danger and uncertainty, and I have not backed down. I will not let my doubts control me." The doppelganger laughed. "Prove it." Jack closed his eyes and took a deep breath, focusing on the love and support of his mother, the kindness of the old woman, and the wisdom of Eldara. He thought of the people he was trying to save, the kingdom that needed his help. He opened his eyes and faced his doppelganger with renewed determination. "I will not be afraid," he declared. "I will face my fears and overcome them." The doppelganger's form wavered, its eyes losing their malice. "You have shown true courage, Jack. The Amulet of Courage is yours." The image of his doppelganger vanished, and the chamber filled with a brilliant light. Jack approached the pedestal and picked up the amulet, feeling a surge of strength and confidence. With the Amulet of Courage, the Staff of Wisdom, and the Crystal of Truth, Jack returned to the old woman's cottage. She greeted him with tears of joy in her eyes. "You have done it, Jack. You have proven your courage, wisdom, and integrity. Now, it is time to face Malakar and restore the kingdom." Jack nodded, ready for the final battle. The old woman handed him a small, intricately carved box. "This box contains the combined power of the 3 artifacts. Use it wisely, and you will defeat Malakar." Jack thanked the old woman and set off for the dark castle where Malakar resided. The journey was long and arduous, but Jack's determination never wavered. He reached the castle and entered its dark, foreboding halls. Malakar sat on a throne of black stone, his eyes gleaming with malice. "So you have returned, Jack, but you are too late. The kingdom is mine, and you cannot defeat me." Jack stood tall, holding the box in his hands. "I have the power of the Crystal of Truth, the Staff of Wisdom, and the Amulet of Courage. Your darkness will not prevail." Malachar laughed, a cruel, mocking sound. We shall see. The battle that followed was fierce and intense. Malachar summoned dark magic, casting spells that shook the very foundations of the castle. But Jack stood firm, using the power of the artifacts to counter Malachar's attacks. With the Crystal of Truth, Jack dispelled Malachar's illusions, revealing the sorcerer's true form. With the Staff of Wisdom, he deflected Malachar's dark spells and found the sorcerer's weaknesses. And with the Amulet of Courage, he faced Malachar without fear, his heart filled with determination and hope. At last, Jack opened the box, releasing the combined power of the three artifacts. A brilliant light filled the castle, engulfing Malachar in its radiance. The sorcerer screamed in fury and fear as the light banished his darkness, breaking the spell that had imprisoned the king and queen. The castle trembled, and Malachar's form dissolved into nothingness. The darkness lifted, and the kingdom was restored to its former glory. Jack stood victorious, the power of the artifacts glowing in his hands. The king and queen emerged from their hidden cave, their faces filled with gratitude and joy. "You have saved us, Jack," the king said. "You have restored our kingdom and defeated the darkness." Jack bowed humbly. "I could not have done it without the help of many kind and wise beings. I am honored to have been able to help." The king and queen embraced Jack, their hearts filled with gratitude. The kingdom celebrated Jack's bravery and determination, and he was hailed as a hero. Jack returned to his mother, who hugged him tightly. "Oh, Jack, I'm so proud of you. You have done more than I ever could have imagined." Jack smiled, his heart filled with happiness. "I could not have done it without your love and support, Mother. We are a team, and together we can face anything." The village rejoiced, and Jack's story spread far and wide. He continued to live a life of adventure and kindness, always ready to help those in need. The kingdom flourished, and the people lived in peace and prosperity. And so, Jack and his mother lived happily ever after, their hearts filled with love, courage, and hope. The beanstalk never grew back, but the magic of Jack's adventures remained, a testament to the power of bravery, wisdom, and integrity.